Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, Dustin Fox, Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell, plus, ba-da-da-da-da, you're loving him, Mikey McNuggets. And so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show starts now. Booyah!
You know, once a year,
oh yeah,
they give you the real. It is the Players Tribune, Players Only.
Players Tribune?
Players Only podcast on UCSS. And by the way, Mikey McNuggets, we can involve him as a player too. So it's like, we got the best thing moving, fellas. What's going on?
What's happening?
Halloween happened?
It did, yeah. It was good, man.
Good?
Trick or treat was good. You know, it was cool. I did a game on Halloween night.
Yeah, you was dressed up.
Yeah, dude. It was like pulling teeth, though.
Trying to do
My crew was not really into Halloween.
Oh, you had to force them.
So the last 2 weeks I've been with a new play-by-play partner because my normal partner got leveled up to another crew because of the World Series. So one of the guys on college football had to go do World Series on radio, and it's a domino effect. So I had a new play-by-play partner for the last couple of weeks, which is fine, and great guys and all that stuff. But they weren't as into Halloween as me.
They didn't get the memo.
No. And it was disappointing. But I sort of talked to them. I twisted their arm like the day of the game.
You peer pressured them?
So I basically said, we are going now to Spirit Halloween on game day. And we went. And we ended up, it was last minute or whatever. And they had, everything was sold out. So we ended up finding these mobster outfits, these, gangster, 20s gangster
I
outfits.
like that.
You know.
I was going to be stacked from Sinners, but my wife told me people wouldn't get it. So I was Freddy Krueger.
From what?
Sinners.
Sinners.
With the boy.
Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
Oh, you got
the twins. So it's the twins. It's Smoke and it's Stack. Both of them played by Michael B. Jordan, but Stack is like the more flashy, loud mouth guy.
Is this like one of those
Blockbusters?
Is it like a horror movie?
Yeah. They're like vampires or something.
Vampires.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not, but it's not scary though.
No.
It's a horror aspect, but it's not no jump out scare type stuff.
I was kind of salty. I don't like when they be doing, because I knew they was going to jump out and become vampires right when he was like, you going to let me in?
Yeah, I hate stuff like that because I be sitting there like, who in the world would let this happen? No, you cannot.
No.
You talking about the beginning?
Yeah, when they
up blick?
Yeah, they're like, listen, you got to ask permission to come on in. And they can't, I guess it's some weird thing about vampire lore where vampires, they can't really attack you at certain places unless you invite them in. Right. And then, if I know that, I'm never inviting nobody in, including my family. Nah, you ain't welcome here, bro. You got to watch it. It's a great
Why
joint.
You asking, can you come in?
What's going on, man?
Especially if it's like somebody I know. Why you asking, can you come in? No, you should know that.
Yeah. Earl the Pearl's back behind the booth. What's going on, Pearl?
One of the morals of that movie is that one thing always get dudes in trouble, man, because he don't go into that back room.
Oh, yeah.
He probably don't even end up in that situation, man.
Hey, you know what's so crazy? I was listening to GNX the other day from Kendrick Lamar. He said, man, you better off having one woman. It's getting tricky out here.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't. No. Listen, we got a great show planned for y'all. Hey, man. I
need an urban, you got to give me the... what's going on there?
We talking about the GNX?
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar had an album called GNX.
Never got into Kendrick Lamar.
He's hit or miss. Yeah. But and what song is that? That's on. He got a song called "Whacked Out Morals." Whacked out my morals.
Whacked out murals. Yeah.
Murals or
murals? Murals. Excuse me, murals. And on there he says that line.
Oh.
Yeah, he's speaking to the fact that back in the days, used to be able to run around, and you had college days and multiple.
When I say I need the urban translation of what's going on here. So
he's talking about a bunch of people in the rap industry, in the rap game, and it's just like, okay, you guys better start learning. Hey, come on, Shannon Sharp, you got to learn. You figure this out. You better off just laying low now. Get you a wife and be cool.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's yeah.
Yeah, look. See, listen, the players only, and that was a double.
There was once a time. And
that was a double entendre because we talking to a bunch of players once upon a time.
Real quick, we got a super chat that's unrelated to any topics from Akron Hot Saucers. He says, Tyvis, did you ever figure out why Derek doesn't like to be called Derek?
Oh, we never got that answer, man. And it's crazy because we don't know how long he going to be in. He talking about Deshaun.
Okay, yeah.
You know, Deshaun's real name is Derek.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
You didn't know that? Deshaun is his middle name. So I've been trying to figure out since he got here, why doesn't he go by Derek? And I asked Mary Kay and all these reporters to ask, but they like, yeah, it's better things to ask. And I'm like, you got to ask it in the off season when it's like not that big of a deal.
When it's like time to ask things about what you're doing off the field.
Yeah, no, I don't have that answer to why he doesn't like the name, why he don't want to go by Derek. I would love to know if anybody that's close to Derek, Deshaun Watson, and can reach out and let me know. I appreciate that.
Okay.
We still could. We doing super chats right now. What you got?
Yeah, we got another pre-show super chat. Shout out to James Mace Jr. He says, G. Bush, who did you like better, Penny or T-Mac?
Oh, come on now.
Listen, that's a great question.
Do you want to go down like a rabbit hole of old Magic players? We can't.
It's really, the answer is Shaq, but go ahead.
So please do yourself a favor, guys. If you did not see in real life prime Penny Hardaway, please go back and check his game out. Penny was Himothy Hardaway. And as a matter of fact, shout out to Himothy Hardaway.
Put it up there.
Yeah, you got to see him. Yeah.
Camera we got.
Right now, this is crazy. Another grown man is controlling my legs above my waist. That's wild work.
Wild work.
He had my ankles above my shoulders. That was crazy.
Ankles above your shoulders? That's wild work, man.
We gotta go into a topic, man. This man lost his mind.
This is what happens when you start letting this get any money off. McNuggets is like, whoa, dog.
Yo, this is diabolical. This is not acceptable at all, man. This is a violation to the first degree.
He lost his mind.
That was crazy. I appreciate that.
That might be the worst one ever.
Hey, somebody in the chat said flag on the play. All right, this is a personal foul flagrant too. You out of here.
Please get us into the topic, man. This man crazy.
I'm going to hit the water.
Am I getting penalized or is it him?
That's me.
That's straight, G.
Because I was the one that instigated it.
Yeah, that was.
That's diabolical, boy. Woo-wee.
Yeah, go check Penny Hardaway. I'm going to take Penny to answer his quote. Topic.
All right, man. It's time to jump into our topics for the day, man. Before we talk about Kevin Stefanski giving up play calling to Tommy Rees, it's a good time to let you know that this episode of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show is brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is here. The NBA season is here. And FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's right. Pick a bet. Put down $5. If it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. It makes watching football even more exciting when you got a little something riding on the action. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to download the FanDuel app today and get started. It was announced at the end of the show yesterday that Kevin Stefanski decided to hand over play calling to offensive coordinator Tommy Rees coming out the bye week. We played the Jets on Sunday. This is the second year in a row, G, that Kevin has given up play calling duties. How do you see this? Is this a move that says that he's safe or more of a move that says he's on the hot seat?
Well, I'm really interested on how y'all look at it because for you guys, I haven't dealt with anything in terms of, like, in my playing career, usually all our moves happen at the end of the year. And so I'm interested to see how you guys take this in terms of how is this viewed in the locker room. And I think that what they're looking to do is to get a boost and a little shot in the arm, maybe reset some things. It's a different voice. So I'm gonna start with you, Dustin. In terms of him handing the play calling over, what were your thoughts when you heard it, and do you think that they're overall just trying to get a little bit better, just a different voice and a shot in the arm and get a little more energy?
I think they're just trying to do that. They're trying to do something, change it up. I mean, things aren't working, and like the public there's been outcry for some sort of change, and they're not going to fire anybody right now. This time of the year, I mean, to me, it's sort of like Mikey. You said this in the chat the other day. Like, job security must be safe.
That's a thing that's the biggest debate now, because there's a lot of people who have been like, yeah, this offense is not working, and thinking that Stefanski could possibly go down with the ship. But when he turned over the play calling, it seemed like a lot of people was like, yo, does this mean that actually he might be safe? Like, so, I mean, do you think that could save him, especially if Tommy Rees comes out and it looks like it was the right decision?
That's an interesting angle. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, if Tommy Rees balls out, calling plays, like, I mean, obviously it's going to make Stefanski look poor.
It'll make him look bad in one sense.
But I mean, he's the head coach. Like, he's not getting fired. If the team starts to turn things around and the offense plays well, then maybe that's just a win for everybody, because the offense is playing better. Tommy Rees, he ain't going nowhere after this season. You bring it, then you run it back.
You know what? And a lot of people may look at me and say, I would probably use this as a situation where I'm like, man, that's a strike against Stefanski. But I chilled. I listened to it overnight, and I thought about it like this from this angle. If Tommy Rees comes in, and my goal is I want the offense to jump Tyvis. I want it to look good, and I just want points. I think a lot of people at this time period, it's just thinking like, yo, I need to get something. If I don't care where I get it from. If it ain't Stefanski and Tommy Rees is calling plays and it looks good, then I don't understand how Stefanski couldn't get credit for that, because obviously he made the choice, he's the coordinator, and he's going to benefit from looking at them points, right?
So I look at it like this. I look at this situation like this. I remember having this conversation in the offseason when we were talking about quarterbacks, and I was explaining to y'all, I said, I think that Kevin, is something with the communication with Kevin and the quarterbacks, because the one thing he preaches about is not turning the ball over, but all his quarterbacks was turning the ball over and things like that. So I was like, maybe they need to get another voice in there, because maybe it's just not, he might be saying the right thing, but for some odd reason the quarterback's just not comprehending what he's saying. So you just need a new voice in that locker room, right? So I thought maybe with the Tommy Rees thing. Now, Tommy Rees they had to go to him at some point, because this was a guy, we fired Ken Dorsey, and we had the opportunity to go get any play caller out there, and you said, no, we're going to keep Tommy Rees, because everybody else wanted Clint Kubiak. Where is he at? He's with the Seattle, and they tearing it up. Tearing it up in Seattle. So at some point, it's like, well, you wanted this guy. Let's give him let's show us why you wanted him to be the OC. Give him an opportunity, because when you had AVP and AVP called the game, they won. All right, now it's time. Ken Dorsey, he won games, but then obviously it fell off. Let's see what we got with Tommy Rees. So I like the fact that they're going to Tommy Rees for this reason. Tommy Rees has only been out of college for 2 years, right? This is his second year in the NFL. So that means that he's pretty close to being able to break down the game from an NFL standpoint to relate it to college kids that just came out. So you got two quarterbacks that's young that might not truly understand the NFL verbiage, but if I tell it to them in the college verbiage, they might be able to get that and be able to translate to the field. So when you think about Dylan and you think about Shedeur, those two guys being young guys, they say the whole thing with Shedeur was, oh, he can't understand whatever the case may be. Well, Tommy know how to tell it to him in a way that he would understand it. And Dylan just came out of college. He probably would understand it. So I'm very interested to see how this play calling turns around, because if it is successful, one, you have to give Kevin that credit, because whether or not the decision came from upstairs or not, Kevin was like, you know what, it's not working with me. I have to let somebody else be the voice in there. And it allows Kevin to go do other things, to go get the mood up, to make sure everybody on the defense is still hyped up. Look at the game and be like, all right, this guy, I need to go pull this guy to the side and say something to it. I can't do that when I got a play sheet in front of me. I think Sean King might have been the one that was talking about how he was overwhelmed with all the responsibility. So this frees up a little responsibility for him, and now he's able to focus his area on trying to make sure that the morale of the team is up. So I actually give Kevin a bunch of respect and credit for being able to do this. I just hope that Tommy Rees can get through to this offense and to these quarterbacks and stuff, because like it's crazy that with Dylan Gabriel, everybody got their opinions on him, and I think Sean again pointed out that he said that he wouldn't be a good NFL quarterback because all he threw was screens and then threw deep passes off those screens. Well, if that's his strength, why are we not seeing him being utilized to that strength? That's the part that was just so confusing to me, is that you're trying to make him be something that he's not. Just play him and let him do what he does best.
It's like they're trying to they've got this idea of what their offense should be or supposed to be, and this framework of what Stefanski wants to run. And they say, okay, well, we're going to see if you can fit this offense.
Right.
Not like we're going to change that
Correct.
for you.
And I feel like a good
ridiculous.
play caller should always look at the quarterback and say,
what do you do well? What do you do well?
That's why I gave Brian Daboll all that credit with Josh Allen, because he said, you know what? Throw that out. We just going to make something for Josh Allen because this ain't working. You can't pick this up, so let's just make something for you. Like, that's what a good play caller should do. With Tommy Rees being so young, like, he don't really have his own thing established on the NFL level yet, so it's still flexible for a Dylan Gabriel or a Shedeur, so he should be able to adjust his playbook and be able to make it work, I think. Now, this could be all just Tyvis trying to be optimistic, and it could all just blow up. But at least I feel like I can see the vision of why they made this change.
I ain't hating. I'm not no hater. I mean, let me just keep it real, man. Listen, if Kevin Stefanski want to sit on the sideline and he want to go from meeting room to meeting room and be a CEO, I ain't got a problem with no CEO. You know why? I got Jim Shorts. I already know what he about. And if you got a young, hot coordinator and he's been looked at as one of the coordinators that was going to get a job, I got respect for him. You know why? Because he served under Nick Saban. And Nick Saban, if you watch any type film or any sort of commentary from Nick Saban and they got cameras rolling, Nick Saban will be in a meeting room and he be talking spicy to everybody, all the coaches. He say, hey, coaches, man, why don't we understand this is period 3? Did you guys explain the drill to you guys? They're like, no, we waited till we got out here to explain what we're doing. He said, no. You wasting time. Why? You supposed to already in the meeting room have these dudes ready and know what the drill is so you can maximize your time. We ain't got no time to be out here messing around. In half the period, you trying to explain what you want. So he has a level of thought process and accountability that he puts in pressure. He puts on those coordinators. Look how he was going at Lane Kiffin. Look how Steve Sarkisian, these is masterminds. And Saban was like, nah, I'm in your ear. If he says Tommy Rees is going to be a head coach one day, I'm going to take his word for it. So I want to see what he's going to do, because now if I'm getting points, I don't care if Kevin Stefanski want to stay. That's my whole point. I want the points. I want the results. So, hey, look, you stay over there, but can you get these quarterbacks ready?
So, over the years, remember we talked about Jason sat here and he would always talk about, like, I'm not going to argue with firing them if you want to fire them and all those things. But he says that one of his main points is he likes Kevin because Kevin, if you give him the roster, he's been able to make things happen, and he's been the best coach that we've had that's managed the chaos in Berea. Okay. But we can all admit that over the past couple of years, the play calling for him has kind of declined. But if he's still really good at managing the chaos and getting everybody focused, then the right decision is, all right, the play calling is not my thing no more. It's not my strong suit, but I can continue to still get the players ready to play, and I can still manage Jimmy and AB and all the chaos that's going on. That's his strong suit. So put him in that situation where he can thrive in that and not also have to worry about making sure that he's got to call the right plays on game day. I think so. I think to me, it was time. It's time. I think at this point in Kevin's career, unless he just gets fired and goes back to being a strictly offensive coordinator, I think the play calling thing is a done for him for right now.
So let me ask you a question in terms of the move. Do you believe, like you say, they ripped up the sheets, ripped the paper up, and went to some other things with Brian Dable? Do you guys feel like Tommy Rees really has teeth? How much control does he have? Does he have control over which personnel play? Does he have control on the game plan? Does he have a control on what third downs, ins and outs, putting the plays together? Do you think he has the autonomy to truly be the offensive coordinator?
I think the answer should be yes to that, because if you truly want to evaluate people, because at the end of the year, everybody gonna be evaluated and everybody got to speak for themselves. If he truly want to show that he's a valuable asset, you have to give him that range to be able to draw his things up, call his own personnel and things like that. Don't get me wrong, Kevin's in the room. Kevin's on the headset. He's going to hear all these things, and he ultimately has veto power to say, no, we not doing that. This is what we running. But for the most part, I would say 80% of the game should be Tommy Rees doing what he want to do, because if it's successful, because that's really what it comes down to. If he comes out here against the Jets and this offense is going up the field and they putting up points, like the more you do, the more the more I can fall back some more. And I think that's where Kevin needs to be. Like, figure out, all right, let me see how he do against the Jets. It's a very winnable game. Let's see how he does. They putting up more than 20 points. All right, let me fall back a little bit. Now I can continue to work on, the team, building the team and things like that. So I think that for this first game, I would say it's probably going to be like 60-40 of Tommy Rees, with 40% of Kevin still being there. But I think for the majority part of this, it should work, and he should continue to fall back more. Kevin, I'm saying.
What do you guys think we're going to see? Do you think there's going to be a drastic change?
Probably not.
No,
not on the first game.
No, I don't think it's going to be a drastic change. I think it's going to be more of along the lines of, there might be some. I think first of all, the Browns' scripted plays is always cold. The first scripted plays, they're the best offense in the league. They score all the time. Like, the question is, I want to see how he comes up with the rest of the plays and the adjustments that he has after that, and what type of game flow, the flow of what he calls. I'll give you an example, Dustin. When they played the Patriots, we know Josh McDaniels. We've seen him play, coach, and obviously we're from the same area. Not he hadn't been a great head coach, but the thing that is undeniable, he called the hell out of some plays.
Oh yeah.
So the way he layered that together in that second half, it was boom, I'm setting this up, then I'm setting this up, then I got this. Oh, you forgot about this, and boom, 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 down the field, touchdown, game over. I'm looking to see what his play sequence is and the flow that he calls in the second half when things is.
I also wonder, will Stefanski still have involvement on that opening script? Because that's what Stefanski's always been good at doing. That's why the Browns usually score like the first drive, and then they don't score the rest of the game. So I wonder if he'll still have like an active role in that capacity.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the room. I think, and it's for what it's worth. Like, I think this is different from. I'm going to say this is different from last year, because I know people bring up the fact that he's done this twice in a row. I think the reason he did it last year with Ken Dorsey was Deshaun Watson was like, I didn't like this offense, and he was like, okay, Deshaun's not here. What else we got to lose? Let's go to Jameis and let Ken do some things, right? But Ken was never looked at as a candidate like Tommy Rees has been looked at as a candidate. He's never been looked at as a guy that can potentially just get a job. And if he does well, I do think if Tommy Rees comes in with a 2-6 record and he has either Shador or Dylan Gabriel successful, I think he will get another job next year.
You think somebody will take him as a head? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I talked to Jason yesterday, and he said there's people around the league that feel like in college he's a hot name.
Oh, for sure. That's why that would happen last year.
Yeah.
When there was job openings, I think Mary Kay told us that he had a bunch of head coaching opportunities in college, and I think, if I remember correctly, I think it was rumblings about Mike Vrabel wanting to take him with him when he went to the Patriots.
Earl, we got another related super chat to this topic. What do we got for the chat?
Smooth STP says, do we know if Rees have the same feelings about his quarterback room as Stefanski. Is Kevin going to listen to Rees' input on which QB can run the offense?
He definitely going to roll Dylan Gabriel out there until Dylan Gabriel just completely does not have it. That's because he's a third-round pick, and when you're a third-round pick, you get special benefits, and that's part of the benefit. Because once you move off of Dylan, that means you're saying he's the backup, he's not the franchise guy. Let's see what we got with Shedeur. And again, this is a top 100 pick. So you better make sure that he ain't that guy. So he's going to he's got a long leash.
Earl, let me ask you a question. How many more games do we got in the season? After counting this week.
2-6, so 9.
So we got 9 more games. Okay, so we got 9 more.
I told you Vegas.
9 more games, right?
Vegas, 2 more weeks.
So Dylan Gabriel has played how many weeks?
4.
So he's played 4 weeks.
I think.
Is that 4?
I think
correct.
it's
4, right? Dylan Gabriel has played 4 games. So that means he'll play this game against the Jets. That's 5 games. Mm-hmm. Here's what
I'm giving him 6.
So here's what you up against. And I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. What you up against is, rightly or wrongly, you already know how I feel about it. You ain't gotta ask me my question about it. So you already know what I'm on the record saying. But for them, they looking at it like this, fellas. Hey, I can't have my guy only getting 5 times or 4 at this point. I can't have my dude getting that, because that means if he comes out 5 times, that means technically you would be at Shedeur Sanders at what, 8?
You saying he'll get 8 games?
If say they made a move after the Jets game. They made a move after the Jets game.
What I say was left 9.
9.
So he get 4. No.
See, this is player. We doing mental math. Where's Bull and Jay when we need them? That's 8, right? I told you I was right.
That's 8.
So that means your guy would get 5 games.
Yeah, no.
Your not guy would get 8.
No.
Nah, he not.
I don't have a guy.
No, I'm talking about Stefanski. So them, you know what I'm saying? So to them, and I'm just breaking it down from their perspective and their mindset, because they thinking like, okay, if this is my dude, how can you justify only giving him 5 when the guy that you say is not your man is getting 8? They like, listen, we at least gotta. The only way they gonna make that move, and I'm telling you like this, it's actually the funny part about it. See, now Stefanski is either propped up a little bit more because now he got enough time to advocate. He got enough time to be not put game plans together and telling AB and the owner why we should still stay the course. At this point, he's going to have to throw 5, 6, 10 picks. He's going to have to look bad.
Dylan?
Yeah, before Tommy Rees says, yeah, we're going to make a move. And I don't even think he has the complete power to even make that move. He may have a little insight.
That move is coming from upstairs.
That's an up top move. Yeah, that's an up top move. So the answer
that is solely depends on what the attendance look like against the Baltimore Ravens.
Tyvis has already had a crystal ball. He said the first game he going to play is against who?
Vegas.
The Raiders, right? Yeah.
He going to play against Vegas. They're going to come back, and it's against San Fran. We down. We got 5 home games. That'll put us at 4 left. We got to get some money on that. We got a dome to build.
So that means
we got a dome to build.
So that
about
means
to sit here.
One,
only
2,
person
3,
that's gonna
4,
bring the
5,
city out is 12. So let's go ahead and
2, 3, 4. That's 5 games right there. What's next after? That's still a lot. That's a lot. I be forgetting how long the football season is, bro.
It's long as hell.
I mean, it's long. I mean,
NFL is. I mean, like college is damn over.
Yeah, they start so early. It's high school.
Like my season's like over, dude. Like I've got like 4 games left.
Earl, you got another super chat?
No more super chats. We can move on to the next topic if you all don't have any more thoughts on this.
But here's what to put a bow on it. I'm actually literally excited, fellas, that I get to see something different.
I think we all are. That was the point.
I think
that's the point of trying to. Does you as a fan feel that way?
Yes.
A locker room feel the same way because it's like we can't just keep doing this.
Yeah, there was a point when you covering the Browns. It's always a point of no return where it's just like you get tired of the same topics, man. And it's just like, how many ways can you say the Browns is bad? You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, let's figure out something else we could talk about. And at least with this, I can at least get to some comparison. I can at least possibly turn the game on, and be like, okay, maybe I might see something I haven't seen before. Maybe I see something that's just jumping.
It brings optimism.
Right? Like, and then now I can do another evaluation, because now I can look at, I think a lot of people who maybe even Dylan Gabriel detractors, right? The question is, how does Dylan Gabriel look? If Dylan Gabriel comes out and looks better with Tommy Rees, then they're going to add some weeks to that.
Yeah.
They're going to add some weeks to that. You know what I'm saying? And you could get an apples to apples comparison. Hey, this is what they was doing with Kevin Stefanski. It looked nasty. Here's what they was doing with Tommy Rees. It looked better. But let me just tell you this, though. If it's still nasty work, it goes the exact opposite way. If it's nasty with Stefanski, and then it's still nasty with Tommy Rees, I think you may have people in the front office that give you that say, hey, listen, Tommy, it's time to go with this.
I got a question for
you. We got to
all
make
three.
that 12.
If you all were the men that was responsible for making a decision on Kevin Stefanski long term, and let's say Tommy Rees came out and he had some success as the offensive coordinator, we had Dylan Gabriel throw for over 300, or we started scoring 20 points in a game, things like that. How would you be looking at Kevin Stefanski? Would you be looking at it like, okay, this is a further indictment and you really need to go? Or would you be looking at Kevin like, you smartened up, you delegated, and now we can move forward?
Again, it depends on where that decision to give up play calling came from to begin with. Was this his decision, or did that decision come from upstairs? If I'm upstairs, obviously I would know the answer to that question. But I think that ultimately what it comes down to is, what is the mindset and what is the locker room saying? Does the locker room still believe in this guy? Is they throwing shade at him in the media?
The question is,
that's the question.
Is Kevin Stefanski a good leader?
That's what I'm saying.
And we'll find out. We'll find out how the team responds, and whether he made the call himself or someone made him make that call. I really don't care. If it works out and the team starts to win, or at least looks like more of a serviceable football team, I'm going to be like, okay, this can work, because Stefanski's been the coach here for 6 years. You know what I mean? I think he's a decent head coach, a good head coach. I don't know that he's been the best play caller.
I agree with that. I think he kind of lost his fastball on the play calling, but
it's hard to do that. It's hard to call plays in the NFL and also be a game manager and understand like what's going on to be in the game. It's just there's so many things. So many things going on.
What the problem with it all is that the team last year didn't look better when he gave up play calling duties. Like, they had the one game with Jameis, and then that was kind of it. Like, it still was bad. And then everybody thought it came off as like, see, that's why I call plays. And then he took play calling back. But like, it's still bad. So like, now that he's going, like, I don't know what to expect. Like, am I expecting this thing to just, because last year quarterback play, I feel like it's better, more productive than what we got going now.
Last year it seemed like he was trying to prove a point or something.
So what is he doing this year?
I don't know. Maybe he's proving a point again.
Hey, listen, that's fire. That's a whole lie. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna tap dance with none of that. I'm going right to Earl. I always learn to leave on a good high note. That was fire.
Yeah, Dustin was cooking right there. Don't forget, the NFL trade deadline is today at 4:00, man. Before we talk about that, it's time to hear from Bill. Nobody likes paying rent. But if you must, you might as well get something for it. That's where Built comes in. Built is changing the game by turning your rent payment into real rewards you can actually use. When you pay rent through Built, you earn flexible points that can be redeemed toward hundreds of hotels and airlines on future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. But Built just isn't about rent. It's about rewarding you around your entire neighborhood. Built has made everyday life feel more rewarding, from your neighborhood to your travel plans. Turn your rent into rewards and start earning points around your neighborhood by going to joinbuilt.com/lockedonnfl. That's joinbilt.com/lockedonnfl. Make sure to use that link so that they know that we sent you. All right, G, as I said before we had that little break, today is the NFL trade deadline.
Yes, sir.
It was reported last week that the Cleveland Browns are going to be more buyers than sellers. We talked yesterday about adding young talent to this team. What moves can be made? What moves should be made? Is there anything that Andrew Berry can do before 4 p.m. to kind of give you a little bit more optimism than what you have already?
You could take Jacoby Myers off there because he just got traded to Jacksonville.
Yeah, I was looking at him. I was looking for when this topic came up. I was looking for disgruntled receivers. I'm looking for
that's what you got.
Disgruntled receivers that showed one or two bright spots a couple of years in their career and is looking to play hard to get another contract somewhere. That's what I was looking for. Jacoby Myers is one of them dudes.
I don't know about that because do we got room to pay him like that? Like, I'd rather get the young guy or the dude that just signed, like the Tyson Campbell, a guy that signed, but like maybe he ain't living up to what he signed for. You trying to move on?
I like that too. I just don't know what we got to move for him. Like Greg Newsome, like literally has some upside. Like Greg Newsome's having one of the best years of his career, so it's easier to kind of be like, hey.
Do you think he get paid in Jacksonville?
That's debatable. I mean,
because the first game
the first game was nasty work.
And
you know what?
JSC and also like the best receiver in the league. Right
It didn't look like the Browns lost that trade.
No.
It looked like the Browns did okay for themselves out there. In terms of who you think might be on the board, obviously the two positions we look for, guys, is offensive line, receiver. Do you believe that they'll make any moves, or should they make any moves in terms of those guys?
They should. They should definitely make a move. I told you, my dream is either Waddle, Olave, Wilson.
Yeah, I'll
if
take
you give me one of
them
three, and they willing to take, I give them a second this year and a second next year. I'd be willing to do that. And then I'd still take my two first round picks and take a quarterback and a receiver.
Thoughts?
My thoughts are like I just don't know what a receiver's going to do for us right now.
So give you a spark.
Yeah, dude, but look who's throwing the ball.
I understand that. I do. But I want a playmaker that you can just throw him a now screen or something happens. Like,
yeah.
I feel like
I would love to have that too.
So do you believe let me think about it like this. Let me ask you like this. Do you believe
those guys cost a
I
lot.
know they do, but like you gotta at least take a swing.
You're better off just trying to get one next year in the draft.
Yeah, but one is just not enough to me.
I mean, you're willing to give up massive capital,
I'm
draft
willing
capital
to give up 2 second-round picks for one, yeah. Because if you're going to give me a second round, you're going to give me a player that's been in the league, that's had success, and I don't have to get him up to speed, and then I'm going to pair him with another receiver that I take in the first round, yeah, I think we'd be back.
Listen, I don't have no – I like where you're going with it because a lot of people that play devil's advocate all the time, they say we can't evaluate these quarterbacks because we don't have talent. Or the Browns, the Kevin Stefanski or Tommy Rees can't succeed because we don't have talent. Look at our receiving core. Look at this. Look at that. And, yeah, I go back and all the time, we watch Joe Flacco every single week throw for 500 yards or whatever.
470.
I mean,
4 touchdowns, 2 picks.
So he's doing that because he got them dudes.
Yeah.
Like, they got them
It's not like their offensive line is that much better than the Browns. And by the way, our offensive line played a lot better these last week or two.
So if you can get one of those guys and whoever they is, you figure out that they like, Jerry Jeudy is going to look will look 1,000 times better
as a 3
as somebody else added to something. I made the analogy on Thanksgiving. He's a side dish. Nobody don't eat macaroni and cheese and that's it. No one just has potato salad and that's it.
Well, my son would, but that's
I say my kids would.
Children, by the way, they put something. It's crack in that macaroni and cheese. Because my little niece.
Which one? Which brand? What are we talking about?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
They go to restaurants.
All the mac and cheese.
Yeah, they're like, go to the restaurant. What do you want? Mac and cheese. You got to eat something. Listen, sweet child. You can't just have
not to derail here real fast, but dude, Panera Bread, their mac and cheese,
delicious.
It's fire,
good.
And it's like $50.
Yeah,
it is.
Everything at Panera is expensive. Panera is $25.
I go there and get like 3 orders of mac and cheese, and like maybe a sandwich for myself, $55.
That sandwich $16.
And it's a half.
For a half.
And it's a half sandwich.
And maybe a little side of soup.
Yeah, half sandwich. And that little
get you a pick too.
And a little scone. And them drinks is $5 if you don't get it out the fountain.
Mac and cheese is fire though.
What you got, Earl? You got?
I know y'all been talking. I know y'all may have spoke on this already, but Akron Hot Saucer sent another super chat saying, "Do you think adding a wide receiver or anyone before 4 p.m. would be a good booster for morale, even though it probably won't have a huge immediate impact on his own?"
See, that's the thing. Like, who's to say that it wouldn't, though? Like, I think that if you added a wide receiver, like a decent name, wide receiver, and people know his game and know that he's productive, I think that gives a boost to at least the offense, like from like being in that locker room. Now, obviously, if you're a wide receiver, you might feel some type of way because he's taking your spot. But like for like a Quinshon Judkins or a Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders, you giving me another weapon. So now I got Harold Fannin, Njoku, Judkins, and the dude. Like I can do something with that. I can work with that.
Because here's why.
And then on the defensive side, it's like, oh yeah, like all right, we got us another dude. Let's roll. Like,
so it's insulation. So I like the fact that you go out and get another receiver, and it's insulation. It's a guy that you can plug and play and come in, and there's no ramp up with it. Yes, you're gonna have to learn the offense. Yes, but the Cleveland Browns, the one thing that they're sorely lacking is in this league when you got a team and you got an offense. If somebody is locking you up, at some point, you just got to throw the ball up and give one of them dudes a chance. And that's such a huge luxury when you have a guy like Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase or any of these guys. When all hell breaks loose and things go crazy around you, you got pressure, you can say, I don't got to depend on Jamari Thrash running the most perfect route and catching the football. I could throw it up to one of them dudes and give it 50-50.
There's a guy in college who I've wanted since he was at James Madison. Elijah Surratt is the guy that I want on this Cleveland Browns team.
He'd be like a third or fourth round.
I mean, I don't know how he's going to get drafted. I think
he's going to go like third or fourth. He's a good player.
But he's like a poor man's Mike Evans, dude.
Man.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Good player.
I mean, he's always
maybe that's not giving him enough credit.
He's always topping. He's been topping the Big Ten. What I like about him the most
size, dude,
is the fact that he is really good at possession catches, like them 50-50 balls. He catches them and he breaks tackles.
Go look at that last touchdown against Oregon when he just beats him in the corner.
Right there in the back shoulder.
Back shoulder.
And you know, Mark Schler talked about it in the game. He said, "Man, listen, the Browns is missing the physicality. And you turn around and look, and everybody is 5'6", 5'10", and look like, I'm like, where's your big guy? Where's the big homie at?
Yes,
I need one of them.
We don't need more Ray Farmer receivers.
right. The Javid Best running around in the slot. We don't like that.
We love you, Hawk. We love you, brother.
Yeah. I just think the Browns is missing the attitude, the winning attitude. I think that's the case because, like, we talked about how Jason sat up here and talked about, like, that's a bad team that found a way to lose a game because they're a bad team. And my thing is, yeah, okay, if that's the case, then why are they a bad team? Because it's just been what it's been for the past couple of years. It's just we've been so used to just losing that it doesn't really, like, it hits you in the beginning of the season, but at some point it's just like I'm numb to it.
Right.
You know, like they playing numb in the locker rooms over there. Like they're numb to it all because it's like it is what it is. And like when you get there, it's so hard to get out of that. It's so easy to revert back to that year after year. Like you get in there and then once things go bad in the season, it's like, I mean, I done went through this before. Like, when you get that, it's done. And I feel like you got to get rid of that. Like, you got to get some people in there that's like, no, I'm used to winning games. The last time they tried that was Juan Thornhill, and that's a whole nother deal. I don't know what happened with that situation. He had a lot of injuries and things like that. But, like, they had the right mindset when they tried to go get a guy like that. They need to get more of those type of players in that locker room.
Earl, what we got?
I think this is in response to what Dustin said earlier, but Smooth STP says, y'all give Flacco success to him having Chase and Higgins, then say, what is a receiver going to do for us? Which one is it? Why are we afraid of talent?
Who said? You see what I said.
Not afraid of talent. I mean, those guys, number one, they've got two legitimate receivers. They've got a good tight end. They got a good back. I mean, I don't know. I I would love to take the talent. I'm not saying the Browns don't need talent. Obviously they do, but at what cost? And when do you make that decision? That's the balance. Like, you don't have a quarterback yet. The Bengals do. I mean, Joe Burrow's their starting quarterback. He's not playing right now. We know that, but that's why they have those talented guys there. And yeah, it's obviously very easy for Flacco to kind of just mix into that system and look like a good player. He's a good player. I mean, he can throw the ball down the field, threw 467 yards this weekend.
It's a conundrum because I think what you're running into is you got a limited amount of assets, right? So you have
That's my point.
A limited amount of what you can do. So you have to evaluate 3 or 4 things in real time. You have to say, okay, what do I have in-house today? What do I feel about Dylan Gabriel? What do I feel about Shedeur Sanders? And what does that look like? 2, you have to also evaluate how much of a priority am I going to prioritize a receiver and how much it's going to cost me if they're a veteran. Like if it's Olave or Garrett Wilson or whoever you may say. How much is it going to cost to get those dudes, right? So if you say 2 second-round picks, okay. And then they have to also evaluate in real time, do I like one of these quarterbacks enough, and where am I picking to say I'm going to take that quarterback? And then they still got to evaluate, all right, what are we going to do with offensive line? Because we got a number one, we got high picks. We need to figure out, because we don't have linemen. So we need to figure that out. And or what does the receiver class look like coming up? So you got all of these positions and needs that you need to fill, and you have to realize where or evaluate where is the most pertinent and impactful places to spend said resources.
Well, I think that when you look at the situation that the Browns is in, you always got to look at, because for some odd reason they want to do what Philadelphia does, and they just can't. They just miss too much in the draft to do what Philly does. So you got to look at like a Denver, and obviously Denver started with the Russell Wilson thing and then took the cap hit, but for some odd reason you don't even notice that like they ain't got no money.
Right.
They did a really good job because they hit on the quarterback.
Yep.
Bo Nix was perfect, and then they went and get hit on like a Troy Franklin and things like that. So I think for us, it's always going to come back to the quarterback. And I know we haven't seen Shedeur yet, but until we do, like, that's the thing that everybody's going to be thinking about. We can't do anything until you hit on that quarterback. And the sad part is when you look at this upcoming draft, nobody knows who the clear number one is. And heck, if you lose it, if you beat the Jets, you ain't getting the number one anyways. The Jets are. So it's just going to push you back even further from being able to get that guy. And I just think they just continue to miss too much in the draft. And then it's funny because it's like, now we need the draft. And yes, he this past draft, they 100% hit on it. And hopefully they could keep that same momentum, but I don't know how much I trust that. And that's sad that I'm sitting here like, even after this wonderful draft of all those rookies right there that's contributed and that's actually doing well, do I trust him to do it again next year with 2 first-round picks and a quarterback and a receiver, 2 positions that we haven't evaluated correctly in years, ever, might be ever. I think Baker was the closest thing we had to actually getting it right.
And they didn't even draft him.
I got a question.
So, like, that's what scares me about the whole thing.
Maybe Tyvis or Dustin can answer this.
They should have got Jalen Milroe. I'm still mad. Even if I know
him.
Listen, Jalen Milroe, I know he ain't playing right now, but at least the games would be entertaining. Because at the end of the day, he just take off running. I'd be for that.
2 picks before Dylan Gabriel.
I know he did.
What's up, Pearl?
Just question for either one of you all. In the NFL, what's considered like a draft hit? Like what percentage of the picks that you select and say a draft has to hit for it to be considered a great draft? Just I'm getting to a bigger point based off what Tyvis said.
Well, number one, depends on how many high picks you have.
Yeah, that's
how many
a big factor.
How many first, second, third round picks you have, and total picks.
I would say the first, if you got, and we just going first, second, third, like you got just 7 picks, and let's say you somewhere in the mid, like you picking 15th or whatever the case may be. Well, the Browns is usually top 10. I would say at least the first 3 picks.
I mean, first through third round, those guys should be starters.
Correct.
Third round starter by second year. I think that's sort of my mindset. Yeah. I was not, but
he's like full disclosure.
Yeah, I was not. But no, I mean, like first, second round pick, those guys should be starters as rookies for the most part. I mean, quarterback is a little different because it depends on the situation. And then you want to try to find between the fourth, fifth round,
just
one
Yeah.
of those guys.
You know, we talk about whether the hit or miss phase. I actually think that the Browns are doing one thing, and obviously they're doing their due diligence on the quarterbacks, right? But I actually think that they made a move to pass off play calling to get a better overall evaluation of the quarterbacks. I actually think that a lot of what they're going to do hinges on the fact of what do we think we have here, right? And I think they're going to try to exhaust that. I think that's the reason AB moved quickly on Flacco, and they moved even more quick on Kenny Pickett. And so now you have a runway where, Dylan Gabriel has been immersed in the offense. You're going to get a new set of eyes on him. And pretty soon you will see Shedeur Sanders at some point during the season. And then you can have, with a new set of eyes, what you feel you have. And then that will tell you and dictate to you what you need to do. I think a lot of times we just fast forward stuff. And we got to realize that the play on the field has a lot to do. We talk so much in a 24-hour news cycle about narratives and what we think and backdoor moves. But just be honest with yourself, man. The most impactful stuff that happens is on Sundays at 1 o'clock. And that is what keeps you on the field or takes you off the field. That's what dictates what the Browns are going to ultimately do. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if one of these quarterbacks shows up and they start looking like they one of them quarterbacks, the Browns are going to think differently about what we need to do and where we need to go. As for the trade deadline, I just think at this point, they ain't making no moves. They ain't making no moves.
You with that,
They not making no moves. They gonna roll with what they got. Look, they move is and they
I
say.
feel like they gonna make one move, but it's gonna be like a nothing burger.
Man, I don't feel like Earl. I feel like they ain't making no moves. They gonna try to tell themselves Isaiah Bond reuniting with Tommy Rees is the move.
Y'all be thinking I'm playing. The only time the Browns make real moves is on Madden. We got a couple more super chats related to this topic. Mr. Miami 1776 says, panel question, if Shedeur plays 5 to 6 games and wins all of them, do the Browns still draft a quarterback next year?
I would.
If so, why even keep him instead of trading him?
If Shedeur go out there in 5 or 6 games and win every last one of them, and he throw for a bunch of touchdowns, a bunch of yards, it's done for at least 2 years.
So
that's a no-brainer.
So
there's no way that you would draft a quarterback.
The other side of that is no one's trading for him.
Correct.
Yeah, I think.
Well, the Browns wouldn't trade him.
Why would you? I think the trade
that would be the best thing that ever happened, because now you got both first-round picks and a second-round high pick that you could, man. We back.
Listen,
we back.
The Browns, to be truthful, if you just take all the other stuff out of it and you just look at what happened, right? And you just look at the timetables, and so if you would have told me during the preseason, Shedeur Sanders, what is it? On November, what's it, 5th, 4th?
Today is the 4th.
November 4th, Shedeur Sanders would be the backup quarterback. I would be like, oh, okay. All right, dang. I would, if you just said these are the 4 quarterbacks in the middle of the season or beginning of the season, and on November 4th is the backup quarterback, I'd be like, oh, well, that's progress. Listen, we'll figure that out. Pull that schedule up, Earl. He said how many games? The last 5 games, right?
5 or 6.
So let me go. Yeah, the Jets game. Nope, that ain't it.
How about the Raiders?
So Titans. So no,
that's the 49ers will make it 6.
So Titans, Bears, and then the next 2, Bills, Steelers, Bengals. Come on, bro.
He beat the Bills.
If he shut up, shut your mouth.
Hold on, let me see. 15.
Shut your mouth.
What was 15 again?
Shut your mouth. If he come on, man.
He gonna beat Josh Allen in the Bills.
Come on now.
Man, what?
That
is the Super Bowl. The city be on fire.
If he beats the Titans, that means he beat Cam Ward head to head. That's already a news. He beat the Bears, right? Like
that's another first.
That's another first.
Williams.
That he beat Caleb Williams on the road. He's first round overall picks. Now people is talking about. I told you he was rated the number 1 quarterback of all time. Let's keep it going. I didn't say this. He goes home.
He beats the Bills
at the crib.
It's done
in front of Dustin Fox's alma mater, the Buffalo Bills. His children are in attendance with the crazy. You got all the alternate jerseys.
Nah, man, we watched that at the crib.
You gonna watch that at the crib? It's too crazy. Dustin might go party.
Too cold.
The Bills, and then you got the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the ghost. The last time we seen somebody dealing with the Pittsburgh Steelers was Baker Mayfield, right? And you beat the Steelers at home after you beat the Bills, and then you go on the road. And either you're going to see Joe Flacco or Joe Burrow, and you win that game, stop. There's nothing to talk about. What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean? If you just giving me, if that happens, yeah.
You hear the quarterbacks he going up against? What kind of question is that?
With this roster?
You mean to tell me he going to be 2 number 1 picks, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, and Joe Flacco? Man.
Good luck. You did that? Oh my God!
Bro, what are we talking about?
If he does that, listen, Jason and Jay will buy 12 jerseys.
That's a fact.
They're gonna get them.
They will go. They will come in here with Rolexes and throw them up.
Mm-hmm. If you get those wins, I'm gonna just tell you like this.
Oh, I'll be in here wearing a Shador jersey.
That's a fact.
If they're competitive. And what I mean competitive, and it look like it's some offense being had, and it's a back and forth scoring affair, and they just happen to pull it out, Cats is still going to be ecstatic because you got to understand the levels of what we're seeing now until those teams is going to be jockeying for playoff positioning, bro. Like, you got 2 division rivals. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you set me up for it. I didn't even say it, bro. If he does that, there's no question. I won't. Yeah, people will have jerseys all over the place.
Hey, Tyvis, Doggy Bones said without development, Jalen Milroe is just a built DTR.
Nah, no, he not, because Jalen Milroe got them legs. He could roll, bro, and that's.
He got them legs.
Pause.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was. That wasn't as worse as mine, but
no, yeah, yours.
Mine was
yours. You
all
can't
time
come back from that.
Yeah, I had to sit in the corner on that one. Nah, I feel like Milroe.
Yeah, you getting fined. You got a flagrant 2. You might be suspended. You definitely got a fine coming.
And I got to take corporate compliance courses afterwards, 2 hours worth. Yeah, but no, I feel like Jalen Milroe. Now DTR, stop. DTR.
They both got strong arms. I understand it from that standpoint.
He not on that.
I just said it would be more entertaining. That's what I said.
Well, here's the thing. I think it might get entertaining. Listen, I don't know why I'm optimistic. I don't know. I might change my mind by the time I get to Ultimate Browns.
Are you telling me that things are about to get weird in Cleveland?
Oh, it's going to be super weird. Like, it's getting weird. It got weird today. It got super weird because I wouldn't have told you it got weird because, your boy AB didn't speak. And I didn't get your thoughts on that.
He said he don't mind.
What are your thoughts about AB not saying nothing?
Well, I'm on the record saying I think it's sort of not cool.
Yeah.
I think he should talk.
Yeah.
Even though he wouldn't probably say anything.
Yeah.
I think he owes it to the the fans and to the organization, like, to just get in front of a microphone.
Right. Like I would have liked to see him talk about that.
Give us the State of the Union.
Yeah.
What's going on?
How you feeling? Where you
Jake's
moving?
Buy me a Coke.
Yeah, I like that, man. Yeah, but no, I think when you got AB in the situation, but I do think that Kevin Stefanski turning play calling over, it's a whole new storyline. It then splintered off into a prequel. Now I get to see something, right? I'm like, okay, it's about to get kind of weird out here. It's getting weird early.
Hey, James Mace 47 says if Andrew Berry resigns before the trade deadline, I will have a lot of faith in the Browns moving forward.
So I guess he does not like his picks. He does not like those.
I just think it's a lot that you where we are right now is that in this upcoming draft, you want this franchise to identify a quarterback and a wide receiver, which is 2 things that we have not drafted and developed ever.
Offensive line too.
True.
We have draft. Yeah, well, we need that.
I mean, we ain't.
But we at least drafted and developed Joe Thomas.
I mean, but they don't get credit for that.
Yeah.
Joe
That was 2007.
Yeah, that was. We was in high school, bro.
He was 07 draft.
You're right. We missed on every.
Like-
Well, no, Luke Whippler, go Bucks.
I mean, we're gonna see if Luke.
Yeah, but
do
Luke
something.
been hurt.
But Luke, listen, you know the Buckeyes.
Zach been an unhealthy scratch, a healthy scratch. Luke been hurt. Every tackle he done drafted, he done tried to flip and put on the other side. Like, out of all the evaluation, he missed the fact that Jed Wills was absolutely amazing.
My gosh.
So, like, the offensive line evaluation for Andrew Berry has been horrific.
Yeah, it's tough because he does have some nice picks. He has some nice picks. I can't lie. Like, he got some nice stuff going on right now. But it still don't get you off the hook for missing on other positions, because now you got a situation where the reason why we got to go back into these drafts and think about receiver and line is because you missed on a top 10 pick in Jed Wills. That would have extended you. If he was your left tackle of the future, things look a lot better. If you don't think about it, if you don't have Anthony Schwartz and you got a bona fide receiver right now.
Was Schwartz
Anthony
a top 100 pick?
4th round.
Third round.
3rd or 4th?
Third.
I think he went 3rd. That's a top 100 pick, man.
He went over Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Is he out of the league?
Yeah. Oh, he's working. I saw him at Dick's Sporting Goods.
He's got a new one in Fairlawn.
He counted
Went last night. It's very nice.
Dixon came up. They didn't came up. Like, they got a lot of fire, bro.
Yeah, it's your second of the day.
Yeah. That was kind of crazy.
You out of your mind.
He
said that's your second of the day.
That's the two.
Flag.
Nah, trade that line.
That's one of those stores you got to say Sporting Goods. You can't just say Dick's.
Yeah.
Sporting Goods.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah. That's not
Key
gonna
Bush,
work.
a big fan.
I can't believe you got me on that again. All right, let's get to it, man. You're supposed to save me, Earl. Like, what's going on? Give me the FanDuel read or whatever you got, bro. You're supposed to come in and swoop in.
So before we bring her in, it's time to do another read. This interview with Mary Kay Cabot is brought to you.
There he is.
There it is. Mike's
My
off.
bad. I was talking to Mary Kay Cabot, man. It's time to do a read. Time to holler at FanDuel. This interview with Mary Kay is brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is here. The NBA season is here. And FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets. If you win, that's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you will unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. It makes watching football even more exciting when you've got a little something riding on the action. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to download the FanDuel app today and get started. With that, Cleveland Browns beat reporter Mary Kay Cabot joins the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
Mary Kay, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, guys. How you doing?
We are doing good. You kind of started this last week. You kind of hinted at during the bye week why you think the article in Cleveland.com you put up, you said why you think it would be a good idea for Kevin Stefanski to give up play calling to Tommy Rees. Kind of give the viewers your thoughts on that, and why did you think that this was ultimately a good thing for the Cleveland Browns?
I just thought they needed to do something. You know, these defensive guys are just ready to blow. So I really felt like the offense and Kevin Stefanski needed to show that they were willing to do something to prove that they'll do whatever it takes to wake up this sluggish and dead offense. And they weren't going to get a new quarterback. They weren't going to get a new receiver. So in my mind, the only other really sort of bold move that they could make would be to turn that play calling over to Tommy Rees and see if he can't get something a little more out of this offense. Now, I think it's also a lot better to do it right now when they're heading into the easier part of their schedule. You probably would have been throwing Tommy completely under the bus to try to expect him to get through that gauntlet that the Browns have just gone through, that really, really rough part of their schedule. Now they're in the easier part, and it's a better time to have Tommy take over.
What is the difference between Kevin doing it this year, giving up play calling, and last year? Because last year with Ken Dorsey, I think we seen maybe one game where it was like really good. Then outside of that, it fell off the cliff. And then this year, why should I expect something different?
Well, we really don't know what to expect, but I think Kevin and Tommy are a little bit more aligned in their football philosophies. I think they both do value the run. I think that they both like to incorporate some motion. They'd like to go with the 2 tight end sets. Maybe they'll even use some 3 tight end sets now. So I think they're just maybe more on the same page with their philosophy than Kevin and Ken were, and I don't think you'll see maybe as drastic of a change. What I'm hoping to see for the sake of Browns fans and for the team itself is just some new life, some new energy, some new spin and twists on things, maybe a little bit more run. And if they can't just get it from Quinshawn because the boxes are going to be stacked, then maybe you try a few more jet sweeps and try a few different things. Maybe let Aiden Huntington carry the ball or something. I think you have to get creative. And you guys remember with Mike Vrabel saying once they ran out of gimmicks, well, don't run out of gimmicks this time. Not that you have to be completely gimmicky, but try some things throughout the game to surprise, shock, awe. So maybe some of those kinds of things. It's hard to say. I mean, they're going to have to pull a rabbit out of a hat no matter who's calling the plays with what they have going on here, but at least maybe this will help.
Will this move affect at all the chances of us seeing Shedeur anytime soon?
I don't think so. I think that that they'll kind of go along the same plan that they had before, which was to give Dylan a nice on-ramp, give him an opportunity to show what he can do over a period of time, knowing that there are challenges all across the board on this offense. I mean, look what Joe Flacco is able to do away from here with this receiving core the way that he has it now. So when you're throwing the ball to, young guys, Isaiah Bond and Jamari Thrash and some of these young guys, a struggling Jerry Jeudy right now, it's going to be hard for any quarterback to look really good. Cedric Tillman is coming back this week, so that should help, because when you need to get down there in the red zone and the only better to have a bigger body target like that, so I think that'll help out a lot. But I don't really know if it will be that easy for Tommy to pull out of Dylan what Kevin hasn't been able to yet, just based on what he has around him.
Mary Kay, speaking of, I mean, right now, the last game, Shedeur was injured. We hear reports of him not being at practice or not being out there in the start of practice with the back injury. In terms of, even him being the backup at this point, where is he at when it comes physically? And where is he at on the injury report? Do you think that he has an opportunity or a chance that he might miss this game due to the back injury?
Well, I was surprised when we showed up there yesterday and he was not out there at practice, because I thought this was just kind of a one-time thing, that he was going to be able to heal sufficiently over the bye week, and that when we got out there for practice yesterday, that he would be right out there front and center. But he was not, and he is still dealing with the back issue. And if it were me, I would be taking my good old time with this, because you don't really need to have him coming off the bench in a situation that might not be ideal for him to get thrown into his first NFL action. So I would be taking my time. If he's not ready and he still needs some treatment on that back, I would just go ahead and elevate Bailey Zappi again. But I don't know if they'll do that. They might want Shedeur to be out there, being just one play away from having to get thrown in there, and maybe even find an opportunity for him to go play at the end of the game or something like that. So I don't know what they'll do, but I would be taking my good old time with it.
Mary Kay, we are 3 hours and 53 minutes away from the deadline. Do you anticipate them making any moves before the deadline hits?
Well, I know they would like to, and I've been writing for a couple of weeks that they were hoping to be buyers in this market. And I think they still would like to do that. I think they'd still like to add a couple of role players. If it were up to me, I would be adding to the offensive line, because we know that is going to be in a state of flux in the offseason. And I would also be adding a receiver. I do not see that they're going to do that at all whatsoever. But I would be trying to do that as well, because I do think that they need that. But I don't know exactly what they will do, but I think that they will continue to try to add a couple of pieces like they have been doing for the past several weeks.
Mary Kay, can we get a injury update on Quinshawn Judkins? The fans in the chat want to know.
Yeah, I asked him yesterday how his shoulder was feeling. He said he feels fine, and he said he will be ready to go when they play the New York Jets on Sunday. So I think that's great news for Browns fans. I do think, however, that the Browns need to find other ways to accomplish the running game. Malachi Corley, he had 31 yards on that jet sweep. I think they need to try to continue to do things like that, maybe some end arounds, and maybe get Dylan Sampson involved a little bit, maybe a little bit of Jerome, if the box is just going to be completely stacked for Quinshon and he's running into a brick wall every time. You have to try something else occasionally.
Mary Kay, if they did so happen to lose this game against the Jets this Sunday, is that officially hit the panic button?
No, I don't think anything has hit the panic button this season, because I think they recognize that they have a very, very young team. It's very rookie-centric. A lot of times you'll look out there on offense and you're seeing Harold Fannin and Quinshon Judkins, Dylan Sampson, Isaiah Bond. The list kind of goes on and on. Dylan Gabriel. So I think they recognize what they have this season in terms of the rookie-oriented team. And so I don't think anybody's really hitting the panic button. I think they're looking at this as the foundation for building something good that can really help them 2 years down the road. Maybe even next year if they have a really, really strong draft again. Maybe they can make a little noise next year, but I don't think anyone was looking at this year as their Super Bowl year.
Mary Kay, we look at this team and you look at what they are doing offensively. Tommy Rees is going to come in and start calling the plays. You've mentioned before, Tommy Rees was well thought of in the college ranks. You look around college football, there's a lot of open jobs, a lot of jobs coming open. And I think about it like this: if he coaches well and they get plays and they're putting points on the board, he might be a guy that's going to be a guy that's up for a lot of jobs. So with that being said, does that give him more autonomy to kind of run what he wants to run here? Will he have more of a leeway because he is thought about, highly around other circles? Or do you believe he'll just be basically calling the plays of what Kevin Stefanski's offense is and not really having input on things schematically?
Well, I asked Kevin yesterday, will Tommy have the confidence to put his own stamp on this offense? And he said, without a doubt. And I think he will do that. He's a very confident young man. He has called plays for a bunch of years. He called them at Notre Dame for 3 years, and he called them at Alabama. So he's actually called more plays than Kevin Stefanski has, or at least pretty close to it. So yeah, I do think that that he will have the leeway to do what he wants. And yeah, he might have some job opportunities in the offseason. And if somebody wants to throw enough millions at him like they do in these college jobs, then you never know what might happen. But for now, I think he's going to go out there and show what he can do with this football team. And he will be collaborating very, very closely with Kevin Stefanski. These guys are going to work on the game plan together, along with the rest of the offensive staff. Chad O'Shea, Bill Musgrave, Deuce Staley, all of these guys are going to come together and put this offensive game plan together. So it's not like he's just going to be reinventing the wheel or anything like that. But it will be interesting to see what he can do on game day. The other thing that I think is key and important about Tommy is because of the fact he's only removed from the college game, I think he kind of can get inside the head of a Dylan Gabriel a little bit better, perhaps, or a Shedeur Sanders when the time comes. And he was also a college quarterback. And so he understands the vibe. He understands what these guys are going through. And we'll just see what he can pull out of them.
Mary Kay, this regime, I should say, they have the ability, they will have the opportunity to draft a wide receiver and a quarterback in the upcoming draft. That's what everybody anticipates that they probably will go after in this upcoming draft. History tells us that the Browns have not done well at drafting a quarterback and developing a wide receiver. What makes this upcoming year different? Why should we be optimistic?
Well, one of the things to consider is the fact that they really haven't drafted a quarterback high yet. Now, they did have an opportunity to draft a quarterback high in 2025, and they chose not to do that. They just didn't see the guy there. It remains to be seen if they if they whiffed on Jackson Dart. I'm going to be very curious to watch that over the next 3 or 4 years to see if they should have drafted Jackson Dart. They're very excited about him up there in New York. And if the Browns passed on an opportunity to take a really good quarterback like that when he was staring them in the face, then I think that's going to be cause for concern. But other than that, they haven't really drafted a quarterback high yet. So we don't know yet exactly what this regime can do when they have a top 5 pick on which to use a quarterback when there are plenty of quarterbacks to choose from. So I don't know that we can say they can't do it. We just haven't seen them do it yet. And then as far as a wide receiver, they really haven't drafted a wide receiver high either. And most of the time, if they've gotten a receiver from elsewhere, they've traded for that receiver. Otherwise, we've been mostly looking at like a 3rd-round receiver, or in the case of Isaiah Bond, picking him up as a free agent and stuff like that. So they really haven't also had the chance at a, Jamar Chase or a Justin Jefferson or someone like that. So we'll have to see how it goes. But certainly those are 2 positions that I think they will be looking at very strongly.
Mary Kay, this is my final question for you. It's surrounding Myles Garrett. Myles is off to a pretty damn good start this season, and odds have him top 3 for, Defensive Player of the Year. We know this season is not going that great for the team overall. How likely is it that Myles Garrett can actually, get that Defensive Player of the Year for the second time, despite what the Cleveland Browns record is?
Well, it's going to be hard to do without the record. Usually those awards go to a member of a winning team. But as I wrote in a column just last week, he is having such a great season that he might be hard to overlook. If he has any more games like he had the other day, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be 5 sacks, but if he's out there getting these sacks and stripping balls and people are seeing him and hearing about him, then, that can really sway the voters sometimes. So we'll have to see how that works out. But he has a couple of other things within his reach this year now too, and that is the sack title that he's always wanted, and also the NFL single season sack record. That is actually within sight as well. So even if he doesn't get Defensive Player of the Year, he's got some pretty other lofty milestones that he can catch this year.
Mary Kay, we appreciate you. We'll look for your column coming up this week, and we look forward to see if we can get a Browns win with some changes with Tommy Rees.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com, Browns beat reporter. Before we get to Aditi, we got something from Earl to Pearl.
Yeah, nobody likes paying rent, but if you must, you might as well get something for it. That's where Built comes in. Built is changing the game by turning your rent payment into real rewards you can actually use. When you pay rent through Built, you earn flexible points that can be redeemed toward hundreds of hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. But Built isn't just about rent. It's about rewarding you and your entire neighborhood. Built has made everyday life feels more rewarding, from your neighborhood to your travel plans. Turn your rent into rewards and start earning points around your neighborhood by going to joinbuilt.com/lockedonnfl. That's joinbilt.com/lockedonnfl. Make sure to use that link so that they know that we sent you. With that, we bring in Aditi.
Aditi, we just talked to Mary Kay, and Mary Kay just broke some news. She said,
ooh.
She broke a little news. I was expecting her to be like, this is Kevin's offense, but she believes that Tommy Rees is going to have a lot of say of what goes on with the offense. What is your take on his role, and do you think he'll have the level of autonomy that we'll actually see it on the football field?
You're asking me to speculate in every way. We haven't had any of our conversations yet this week, so I can't answer with authority, but I would imagine that if Kevin is actually doing this, then yes, he's not just doing it in a performative move in any way. I mean, Browns owner Jimmy Haslam did just tell The Athletic a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that he was giving Kevin a vote of approval, essentially. So why do this unless you want to see real change? Is what I would guess or say. I'll tell you, it's a conversation I had with another coach on another AFC team about the Bengals defense and making changes. And if you're just having another defensive play caller, you're not making any significant changes. So therefore, do you want to actually change some of what you're doing as opposed to doing the same thing and having it continue to not work?
Do you when you heard the news, do you think, just based on your opinion, do you think this could offer a spark to the offense, and do you think this could be a potentially good move to have maybe a different voice just calling the plays?
Don't you think something has to? Like at this point, don't you need to try something? Nothing up until this point has worked. And so why not? What do you have to lose by trying something else? Especially, and this is not, with all due respect, this is not handing the reins of the offense over to someone who is not necessarily tremendous in carrying the room. This is not like last year with Ken Dorsey. This is different. Tommy Rees obviously has as phenomenal of a reputation as one can have. He is a tremendous offensive mind. Everyone from Nick Saban to Mike Vrabel, who tried to hire him, will tell you that. So let's see what happens.
When you look at the trade deadline, do you think there is a move that could be made that could spark this team to win more games? Or do you think it's at this point it's because they're so hard to trade and they don't want to give up any assets, it's best that they just continue to work through the draft?
You tell me. Do you think that this team is one player away?
I think that they could get one good piece now and then continue to build in the draft.
But the point of getting that one piece now and giving up any assets, what?
I did answer the question.
Oh, you kind of tap dance.
You answered the question like Andrew Berry would answer the question.
Well, I mean, you know,
by not answering the question.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, what is the end? Like, to what end? So you give up some draft capital to get one piece that's going to get you what? A couple more wins? This Browns team is not one piece away from contending. The offense has been far worse than, admittedly, I expected. I thought the defense would be lights out in training camp. It, by and large, has been. The offense has just not even remotely approached what I thought it would. And clearly, very obviously, that was not about Joe Flacco. You've certainly seen what Joe Flacco has been able to do when he has a line that can protect, when he's got pass catchers that go and attack the ball and actually catch the ball and make game-breaking plays, and when he's got a run game that's operating. You see what the man can do. So it clearly wasn't about Joe Flacco. There's a lot more issues with this Browns offense.
You know, it's funny that you bring up the Browns offense. I remember talking to you last year about, remember we were talking about the Cardinals with Kyler Murray, and he was off to that great start, and you was like, you talked to Drew, and he was like, well, we just running with the Browns run. Well, it's funny. Fast forward a year from now, I just seen Marvin Harrison Sr. say that the offense is unwatchable. He can't stand it. So
yeah,
how does that go with the Browns? Do you think that this offense is just not? It lost some juice.
Yeah, but did you watch last night? And do you see how Jacoby Brissett is so much better at running Drew Petzing's offense or Kevin Stefanski's offense than maybe Kyler Murray is? And you think, wait, hold on, Tyvis. You think Marvin Harrison Sr. is saying the same exact thing this morning?
Probably not. I mean, his son and one mixtape somebody. Go Bucks, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it's about square peg round hole. Maybe it's about who's operating the offense in some degree, and not necessarily about the offense.
Are you insinuating that they should move on from Kyler Murray?
Oh my goodness! I have the Cardinals in a few weeks, so I don't know that we should be saying anything. All I'm saying right now, this is like I can't say anything without getting in trouble. All I'm saying is that Jacoby Brissett seems better suited to running what Drew Petzing is running, or wanting to run, than perhaps Kyler is. You know, I'll tell you, there was a jarring stat. Often it's funny because again, like Flacco said this to me a week ago. It's not that hard. Get the ball to number 1 and get the ball to number 5. Get the ball to your playmakers. So go to the Cardinals. I saw this unbelievable stat this morning. Trey McBride, who was one of my favorite tight ends in the league, who I think is phenomenal in every way, whose production is out of this world, but for some reason doesn't have touchdown numbers. In 3 seasons with Kyler Murray, Trey McBride was thrown 5 touchdowns. 3 seasons, Kyler Murray has found him for 5 touchdowns, despite the guy being a 1,000-yard receiver, running every route on the route tree, all of that, blocking in the run game, doing everything you want out of a tight end. In 3 games, Jacoby Brissett has found Trey McBride in the end zone 4 times. In 3 years, Kyler Murray has found Trey McBride 5 times. In 3 games, Jacoby has found his playmaker, his playmaking, game-breaking, reliable, dependable tight end 3 times in the end zone. 4 times, whatever. 4 times in the end zone. 4 times. So, again, get the ball to your playmakers. And then maybe Marvin Harrison Sr. isn't complaining about the offense being unwatchable.
Aditi, that's not fair.
Not that complicated.
That's not fair. Battlefield 6 just came out and Call of Duty come out later. You can't blame Kyler for, you can't. It's game and lives matter. You know what I'm saying?
Nasty work.
What? It did. They just dropped Battle Royale on Battlefield 6 too. That boy locked in.
By the way, are your children big video game players?
It's very interesting, G, that you say this, because I was at an airport and I met the guy who is the developer or owner or something of Fortnite. And I said, well, my son is 10 and he plays Madden and he plays college football, whatever. And we were talking about whether he would want a free code to Fortnite. And I said, I think he's a little bit young for that. And that's because the only video games that we play in our house are Madden, college football, FIFA, some Wii, Mario Kart. That's it.
So you
10 and 6.
You got to lock down.
We're not
Dustin.
doing.
Just keep your kid away from Roblox.
That's what cost you.
No. They're both playing Roblox.
Oh yeah,
that's good. That's gonna cost you.
Why is that bad though, Dustin?
There's a lot of things inside that game that you don't know about. That it's just a bad game made by bad people, but you can look it up on your own.
Oh man, Dustin, just making parenting more and more complicated. I think that they're building pretty little houses and we're okay.
She's a mother. Man. You can't say that to a mother. You see her eyes, and you went to her soul. She was like, "Hold on now. Have I not scrubbed this game enough? This is crazy.
It's about to get taken off now."
A lot.
He's adding more to my plate. Clearly.
After the interview, just go down the rabbit hole if you want
and
to.
her kids is gonna be so upset with you.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, well, my son is upset with me too.
All the time in the world too.
But it's
but do you need to have, when you talk about hidden things? Do you have to have a level of maturity to find those hidden things?
Yeah, well, the problem is their level of security to protect the kids is not even close to what it should be. So
so yet another reason that you know what? I think that I'm going to delegate this to my husband.
Yes,
their dad.
Hey, listen, he get that text message. Note to honey. Figured out this Roblox thing.
Aditi, to stay on the Browns, when is it Shador time? When do we throw our wrist up?
His back is hurt, correct?
I believe so.
So it's sort of a moot point right now. I think he's got to get healthy, and then we can have that conversation.
You think it's that bad? You think his back is that bad?
I don't, it's a little odd I don't know enough about it to say whether it's that bad or not. I don't know what the prognosis is. I know that backs can be very tricky. So I wouldn't be giving you anything that's educated or in concrete if I were to speculate on that.
Are the Steelers going to win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers?
Well, the defense did play better Sunday,
but
up until then, the defense has looked pretty putrid.
Yeah.
So.
They made Indiana Jones look like Danny Dimes again.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, they got a good. Tomlin can win, and he's got a quarterback at least for this year.
Well, I think that you need to stack. Okay, so let's be honest. Is Aaron Rodgers playing better than they've had the quarterback position, than the play they've gotten out of the quarterback position? Of course, absolutely. But it's not like he's been lighting people up. I'll use Flacco again. Flacco's throwing for 400 and something yards, 40, 30 points every game. Yes,
wow.
The Steelers aren't doing that, right? And they haven't made a move, at least not yet today, for another wide receiver to complement DK Metcalf. So the offense is playing fine, but it's not playing oh my goodness, lights out. The defense has been terrible, played very well against the Colts this past week, but I'd want to see another stack a few good performances for me to believe in that defense again. Because right now we've seen more performances like the 5-game slide that ended last season defensively than we have performances like we did Sunday. So, and then you've got Shane Steichen saying, well, he didn't call a great game, that it was less about the defense, it was more about what he did and the position he put his team in. So again, let's see that Steelers defense do it again. Let's see them continue to play complementary football, and then let's have that conversation. It still feels really early to have this conversation.
Who's winning this division?
That's a good one.
Baltimore.
I'm not. I told you this 2 weeks ago. I'm not counting out the Ravens. I'm
not either.
They
still
crazy.
favored to win.
They look crazy with Lamar back. They look crazy.
But that's the whole point, G. Lamar is the best player in the National Football League, and he elevates everybody around him. So the Ravens with Lamar Jackson versus the Ravens without Lamar Jackson, it's two totally different entities. And at this point, all you need to do is get into the dance. Since nobody in the AFC North is looking like a world beater, why can't the Ravens win the AFC North, get in the dance, and go on a run?
I don't see why they can't. I mean, the defense even plays better. Like Lamar Jackson shows up and everybody is
everything.
Aditi, what game you got this week?
I've got the Browns at the Jets, guys.
Oh yeah.
And let me tell you, here's a little thing. So 7 of my crew's 9 games have come down to the final minutes. And 8 of the 9 were 1-score games, obviously, because 7 of the 9 came down to basically 3 minutes or less. Several were on last-minute field goals or field goal attempts. This past week, obviously, we had the Bengals-Bears, which was the craziest game I probably have ever been a part of. So this could be an exciting one. There could be a lot. I mean, my expectation is there will be juice to this.
I just hope to see some points.
Drama.
Points scored.
Points.
Browns over 20. That would be a good one.
Well, I mean, the Bengals put up a lot on the Jets the last time that the Jets were out, so
she's saying we
There's
could
a
put
blueprint.
35 points up with Tommy Rees's quarterback.
that might be pushing it.
If Tommy Rees come out there and get 20-plus points in his first, that's...
Now,
Maybe that'll do it. Maybe that'll justify why the mood was made, right?
Now,
According to FanDuel, the over-under right now for that game is 36.5.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty. But here's the thing, Aditi. We appreciate you, and you have time before you hit the road to go scrub the internet and find out all the roadblocks information.
I told you, I'm delegating that one.
Yeah, my name is Bennett, and I ain't
for
in it.
adding more anxiety. It's not like I have
I'm just
enough
looking out.
anxiety
I'm
in
just
my
looking
life,
out.
Dustin.
Looking out for fellow parents.
Yeah.
Aditi, we appreciate you. We'll be looking forward to seeing you at the game.
Bye, guys. Have
All right,
fun.
appreciate you. Aditi on the. I almost called it. Why don't we got a hotline? I almost called it the hotline. I almost went back to the North
radio guys.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram hotline. I just gave y'all free love, but we need a
got
hotline.
one more topic before we get
right.
to that last topic, man. I want to give a major shout out to everybody that's watching and commenting in the UCSS chat. The chat is lit, G. Like the chat is lit every single day. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Shout out to y'all for sending in y'all super chats. Also, don't forget the UCSS post-game show is back this Sunday. 2-minute warning, Browns versus Jets. G. Bush, myself, Mikey McNuggets. We live at the 2-minute warning. Me and G promised to be on time, so Mikey won't be having to hit the chat. Hey, where y'all at?
That's funny.
Hey, where y'all at? He be like, hey, where y'all at?
Where y'all at? McNuggets, he got his computer and his TV is like literally like a minute before ours. So McNuggets, we have to watch the game.
Can you guys sync it up?
No. I don't know what's up with my YouTube TV. It's literally 45 seconds to a minute behind.
Are you going to make the switch to Fubo?
Do you understand the YouTube TV has a setting you can change to make it live?
No.
Yes.
Where did you see? This is why I need. Listen, you work for all these networks, so you're supposed to tell me how I get to that.
There's a little hidden setting that basically takes away the delay. There's like a slight delay.
Yeah.
So you'll be as good as gold.
Where is it at?
Well, I need to get that.
I'll show you guys.
Text me that.
I got it on my phone.
Because when we do 2-minute warning, right? And McNuggets, his face tells everything. It'd be suspenseful. Me and Earl are sitting there.
Where
trying
I'm
to
so
figure-
upset. I'm pissed.
I was like, Earl, I can't come in there at the 2-minute warning. I gotta come at least. Like, it's crazy. There'd be crunch time, and I can't. So now, shout out to Dustin. We got the hat code. We about to be right where you at, McNuggets.
To make it live.
Last topic of the day. Don't forget, man, we start reading super chats at 12:45. The Ohio State Buckeyes, undefeated, #1 team in the nation. And this is a McNugget special. Dustin, Tyvis,
Yes.
G. Is the 2025 Ohio State Buckeyes better than the team that won the national championship last year?
This is such
It's a good question.
This has been being argued for the past 2 weeks. And it's so interesting because I look at it from a defensive standpoint, I would say yes.
Really?
From an offensive standpoint, I would say no.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say, man. Like,
Because the biggest difference on the offensive side is the ability with them two running backs with Quinshon and Travion. Them was two home run hitters. You can simply win a game by just handing the ball off to them two. We cannot do that right now.
and here's the cheat code. The super cheat code is basically your two best. The strength of your team this year, Cardinal Tate and Jeremiah
Well,
Smith.
JJ is a wash because he was on both. But then we talking Cardinal versus Emeka. They're pretty
I
similar.
mean, Cardinal Tate was still on his team.
True.
So you got Emeka Buka, Cardinal Tate,
so
and
then
Jeremiah
you're
Smith.
going with last year's team.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
All
Like,
right. I
and
just
you
want to
got-
make sure that's what you're going with.
And you got two running back. The only like now, listen,
I just said on the offense, I take last year. Defense, I take this year.
Caleb Downs is still on this defense last year.
Yeah, but they got Arvell Reese.
He's nice. He's
I
super
mean,
nice.
some people reject him a
He's-
top 5 pick.
He's super nice.
Sonny is still there. I'd like both corners, Jermaine and IG. Well, IGB is a wash because he was here. So now you talking Jermaine or Denzel. Denzel balling for the Cardinals,
Yeah,
by
he
the way.
is.
Shout out to Denzel, BIA. But that's Jermaine is having a better college career.
I mean, I like the defensive front last year.
Yeah, they all went.
JTT,
You had JTT, Jack Sawyer, Tyleek Williams, and Ty Hamilton. All great players. All of them got drafted. When you look at this defensive line, you got Caden Curry. Caden Curry through 7 games stats is better than Chase Young's first 7 games.
I don't know how.
Which is wild.
I don't know
to
how
say
they
that
let
out
them
loud.
this cat trade. How do you like-
Caden McDonald is graded out as one of the best interior defensive tackles in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Edric Houston is a young guy that's been balling. He just graded the highest graded defensive tackle last week according to PFF. So you know how I feel about PFF, but take that with a grain of salt. And then Kenyatta Jackson. Kenyatta Jackson was hurt, but he came back. He's been solid this year.
Thoughts, Dustin?
Quarterback's better.
Yeah, quarterback's
Julian
better.
saying
A lot
it's
better.
than
A lot
Will.
better. I mean,
Know what I'm
I
saying?
would be surprised if Ohio State doesn't win the national championship.
Yeah, I would too.
I think everybody
Surprised.
would.
I mean, I think that they're like head and shoulders above pretty much everybody.
They
It's very hard to look at a team. I mean, when the rankings come out tonight, they probably gonna put Indiana first because of the strength of schedule BS. But whatever, if everything holds the way it's supposed to go, they'll play in Indy. And the funny thing is, if you look up the lines, like if you see like Ohio State versus Indy, right now Ohio State is favored by 10.5. So you telling me the number 2 team in the country against Ohio State is still a 10.5 spread? Like, yeah.
they've been so nice that I would, like I told somebody, I said they should just give the MAC championship to OU just because they didn't get smoked. They should just give them. I would have told them at the end of the season, after that game, I'd be like, listen, we're going to forfeit the rest of the MAC schedule. You see what we did for 3 quarters. Yeah, we was at the horseshoe. We're going to take. And then you see them play other teams, and they smoking everybody now. So I'm interested in seeing what's going on with Indiana. I watched them against Maryland. It was nip and tucks the first quarter. But here's the thing about Indiana that is kind of – I'll give them credit. They ain't got no, like, top-notch, bona fide, blue-chip, 5-star type dudes. They got a bunch of dudes. Their receiving core is solid as heck. They got 2 running backs that's super solid. I like the way they run the ball. Mendoza, he don't turn the ball over that much. He is effective. And I just like the way they play. They got that one linebacker for Indiana that's crazy.
Aiden Fisher?
Yeah, he's nice. He was cooking Oregon a couple weeks ago. But I think that's a really nice matchup. I don't think Indiana can win, but I think that they got the potential of keeping it close if it's in the fourth quarter.
If Ohio State didn't play, I got the Buckeyes winning by 10 plus points.
What do you got? Would you?
I think Ohio State will beat Indiana. It'll be closer than 10 points. I think it's going to be the toughest challenge we've had all year, by far.
I look at the slate in college football. It just seems like the doggone Georgia just keeps surviving. They just had a nip and tuck game with Florida. They came out inspired, but you take a look around.
Georgia should have lost to Auburn.
They should have lost.
The referees screwed that one up.
Georgia had a couple.
He called timeout.
But there was the touchdown.
Yeah,
There's a lot
they
of
had a
calls,
couple of them games. So if you look at the landscape and you just look at it overall, who can do what? Obviously there's Ole Miss, but I'm not a huge believer in Ole Miss. You take a look at some of the teams in the SEC. Alabama and Ty Simpson is playing really well. Those guys will beat each other up a little bit, but
that's my national championship.
Alabama, Ohio State. I don't see
the second best defense in the country is Texas Tech. They're going to make the playoff. They're going to win the Big 12. I saw them in person 2 weeks ago, and I don't know that they can beat Ohio State or even play with them, but I think that's going to be a team we'll be talking about here in December.
I like
that team we talking
front.
about because they got their oil money and they have
a $21 million defense.
Yeah,
they D-line backers.
They throwing money around for sure.
And let me,
you think that coach? You think
Bailey's a beast.
You think that coach gonna stay? You think he gonna move up?
No, he's staying there.
You think so?
Yeah, we went to his house after the game.
Really? That's dope.
Oh yeah,
that's dope.
No, because somebody was mentioning his name.
Sick house.
They was mentioning his name for like Penn State and LSU and stuff. And I was wondering. I was like, I don't think he would leave because they got all that money.
It's cool. I get to talk college football with you two dudes. What do you think is the best job available right now?
LSU, and it's not
LSU
close.
Not close. But there's Penn State. How good of a job is that? Because
Penn State's a great job. Mm-hmm. It's a great job.
It is.
Is it? Would you put it on? Well, okay, let's start this in there. You got Florida. You got LSU.
Penn State. Florida to me is not the job it once was.
Really?
LSU is the best job available for the simple fact that for the past, 3 years, they've gotten top 10 recruiting classes, so the talent is already there. Then it's not going to be hard to recruit kids to come to LSU because there's kids that always want to go to LSU. So you're always going to be in the mix for the top recruits. And heck, they're already there. Like you just got to steer the boat.
So you feel like I got to get that. Like so. You feel like Florida is they've won.
Florida has won essentially with Steve Spurrier, who's a Hall of Famer, and Urban Meyer, one of the greatest coaches in college football history. And that's it.
Go Bucks.
Is it?
And that was all pre-NIL. So I don't know if they have the money. I don't know if they can get guys to come to Gainesville. Gainesville's like it's all right.
Yeah, it's not. But it ain't Miami.
Man, NIL has ruined the SEC. It's done.
It's ruined a lot of blue bloods.
It's done
because it's not so much of the tradition. It's about where that bag at.
A lot of the money is up north actually.
Dude,
outside of Texas,
that oil money is real. Lubbock, Texas. They have the best pass rusher in college football in David Bailey, at least stats wise, and they got him from Stanford.
That's crazy. So he was smart enough to understand to take the money.
They're balling.
Let's get to think about this. Even Clemson. Dabo.
Well, Dabo never wanted to lead into NIL. Like he just wanted to just pray to Jesus and think that was going to make things right.
Dabo about to get
is it the talent level? Like what's going on? You look at across their roster. You look at preseason. They got guys that are supposed to be first round pick, all ACC type guys. Mm-hmm. What's going on? Where now it's just like they got. I never thought I would see you get beat by Duke at the crib.
Well, and they gave up 40 points or whatever it was, 38 or something.
So I don't know. I know his bio is probably crazy, but I don't.
College kids check out after a certain point too.
Yeah, dude, when they lost to Georgia Tech, it was over.
Once you out of the CFP run, like kids check out for sure.
I'm gonna tell you that. That killed this soul. Georgia Tech. They're outside.
Look at what Mike Norvell's dealing with in Florida State.
They trying to fire him.
Dang. Yeah.
They just don't know if they want to pay that buyout.
That buyout is crazy.
They want to fire him too.
That buyout is nuts.
I'm looking at a 2026 mock draft from CBS Sports.
Is it four Buckeyes in there?
15 hours ago. And you got Carnell Tate going number 5 overall. You got Arvell Reese going number 6 overall. And you got Caleb Downs going number 8 overall. So you got 3 Buckeyes.
They got Sonny going first.
In the top
That's
10.
Messed up.
How many you want, dog?
Sonny Styles can't go first round?
These top 10 dudes.
I mean, you talking about the top linebacker duo in the game.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I know we don't need no linebacker right now, man, but like the biases, I wish so bad that Arvell Reese would be a part of the Cleveland Browns once his college days is over.
Man, that pick with the mirrored visor,
man. Fire. I mean, he out here like listen. They running.
That man gonna
they running a whole pro style defense, bro.
They know Arvell Reese need to go somewhere that run a 3-4.
I mean, he's a dude that you could put in the middle.
No.
And
I'll make him be the I need to be a 3-4. I put him as a pass rusher. Nah, he'd be like a TJ Watt.
I want him to be moving around. I need him to be.
Sports got him as the number 1 ranked linebacker, the number 14 overall prospect in the entire draft.
Hey, what you think he's gonna run in 40?
4.5.
It's pretty good. Just moving. It's pretty good. And by the way, Caleb Downs. I gotta get a read on him. Like, I feel like Caleb Downs.
By the way, that was targeting.
Oh, for sure.
I can't believe they didn't call that.
He know it.
He was giggling like I got really lucky.
Yeah. He tweeted out to say hallelujah because he know.
That was out of here.
I'm done with targeting, by the way, because
that's the
if that is, and I love Ohio State and I love Caleb Downs, great kid, but that was targeting.
Yeah.
That's the definition of
targeting. Like, literally, like Mike Pereira said, is like that's why we put in the rule.
Yeah.
And like I've been wrong every time on TV this year because when I so now my partner asked me, what do you think, Dustin? And I'm like, well, I've gotten it wrong every time. So how about we just wait and see?
Well, just wait and see because that was a my name is Caleb Downs call.
It was a defensive receiver. He left his feet. He launched into his head, made contact with the crown of his head into his head.
Yep.
Launch. Crown, every indicator possible.
Literally every check.
One of the greatest questions of all time as we wrap this up is, who's the greatest number 2 of all time?
Silky Johnson.
Silky Johnson. The number 2, y'all got a lot of
talking about Buckeye number 2 of all
Yeah,
time?
you got Malcolm Jenkins.
He looked just like Doss when he made that pick.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't Chris Carter wear number 2?
I think he did.
Dude, everyone wore 2. Terrell Pryor wore 2.
You wore 2.
Mike Doss wore 2.
Chris Carter wore 2.
Chase Young wore 2.
Yep.
Chase Young wore 2.
Who else? Caleb Downs wore 2.
Malcolm Jenkins wore 2.
Malcolm Jenkins
Shazier wore 2.
Sure did. That's wild. Yeah, there's a lot of 2s.
Before we get to Super Chats, though, we got some breaking news. Not Browns related, but according to Ian Rappaport, the Jets are trading Sauce Gardner to the Indianapolis Colts.
That's a great spot for him.
I mean, you corners, why was Sauce Gardner the greatest corner of all time one year, and then now everybody think he ain't no good? You tell me.
I don't know. They've had 17 coaches since he's been there.
Man, that's wild.
They're not a good team. I don't know. He's a good player, talented. I mean, he didn't all of a sudden like lose his talent.
Yeah.
Zach Jackson said Jerry Jeudy breakout game coming up.
All right, we gonna take that.
All right, man. Let's get to some Super Chats. Quick programming note: there will be no overtime today. Again, shout out to everybody in the UCSS chat, man. They was very active today. They felt the vibe of the show. They loved the panel. Again, smash that like button. I'm going to read all the Super Chats that we did not read during the show, and then we're going to get out of here for the day. Christopher Waits says Jeff Fisher and Zach Taylor are better coaches than Stefanski.
Who he said?
Got
Jeff Fisher.
J Will 2874 says Stefanski problem is that he doesn't want to bench his adopted son, Frado Boggins, can't see over the line.
They might be family by now.
We got Set Apart Last says, will Reese be able to put together the pieces?
Well, yeah, that's yet to be seen. It's all. I think it's all depends on.
Was Bond with him in Texas or Alabama?
I think he was.
I think he was.
Yeah.
But he was young though. Like I feel like he was kind of young.
I mean, he was Jalen Milroe's target.
Yeah.
Rashawn Richardson says Dustin had G in the Hucklebuck.
Dang.
What's that?
That's crazy.
What is
Oh,
it? Can I-
oh my
You know
God! I
the
forgot.
Hucklebuck
Oh,
Urban
my.
translation, please.
Hucklebuck is when you pick your girl up.
You ever seen Baby Boy?
Yeah, you ever seen
Oh,
Baby
my
Boy?
goodness, bro.
You
That's
pick
what
your girl
wild.
up and you do
When
it
I had
like
his
that.
leg?
Yeah.
He was doing a Melvin.
When I had his leg over top
hit
of
with the
it.
Melvin.
That's
Over my
that.
shoulders.
That's that. Yeah. Jumping with you, squatting.
Garrett, you ain't that flexible.
Nah. Hey, listen. You.
Hey,
can,
let's
nah.
just go to the next one. 'Cause y'all tripping,
Soldier
bro.
Man 2006 says, "Hey Tyvis, what year did you graduate from Bedford? I came out in '91."
I graduated. I was supposed to graduate 2012, but I went to college early, so I graduated December of 2011.
He pulled a Bo Jackson, left school early to
I
go to
did.
college.
I had to get up out of there. You know,
Shout out to the
it's
class
good.
of 06.
You only,
though.
you
That's
only
the best
get in
class
trouble
ever.
your second.
Who's the most famous alum from Bedford?
Halle Berry,
Football.
Lee Evans, or Chris Carter. I mean Chris Chambers.
Chris Chambers.
I remember he had a 96 or 97
Bam
speed
went there, right?
for Wisconsin.
Who?
Didn't Bam Childress go to Bedford? Or no?
Bam Childress.
Where'd he
He
go?
might have.
Hey, Bedford Chanel.
No, yeah, he went to Chanel. That's it.
Yeah, so-
across the street.
Oh, they're different.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yep.
What color? What's your color scheme?
green and white. They were red.
There was some kid, really good player from Bedford coming out same class as me. Remember the name? It was like Ken. His name was Ken
Williams.
Yes,
Kenny Williams.
hurdler.
He went to Minnesota.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got kicked out.
Yeah, I don't.
He's
know all-
still around.
I don't know all that, but we had some battles in track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good player.
Yeah.
Kenny Williams.
Back then when they had Prop 48.
I think he might have had to do that. Actually.
Prop 48 was some illegal. I don't know what they was. They
Hey,
just
real quick
send you
before I
off.
read the next super chat, Steve Becker, shout out to Steve, said the Colts gave up 2 first-round picks for him. For Sauce Gardner.
What?
They going all in on this season.
Dang.
Addy Ads
What happened
says,
to
shout out
the-
to G. Bush and the crew from the UK. Please keep holding your colleagues and the mainstream media to the fire on their Shador Sanders takes. If Tommy Rees does well, can he take over?
Dang,
Can you take? Can he take over? What do you mean? Like, is he going to be the?
I
Is he gonna be
assume
head coach?
like as the head coach.
No. I mean, they would have. I mean, they would have to fire Kevin Stefanski and then promote Tommy Rees. I don't see how that would.
What was the question? I'm too busy.
you-
Rashid Shaheed got traded to the Seahawks.
Do you think that Tommy Rees could take over, like
As head coach?
As head coach?
No.
No.
Yeah. No.
No.
I think.
Shaq-
He's auditioning for something. else.
Shazan says, I don't think Dylan's gonna play in Cleveland against the Ravens. The crowd is over it.
If he played bad against the Jets,
Well,
yes.
I mean, by that point in time against the Ravens, I mean,
we
what crowd's even going to be there?
right.
That was a bar.
Yeah, you're right. But that's Ravens game. That could be a smoke city.
El Nord 76 says the bar is super low for Stefanski to justify his job when all we are looking for is more points and no wins.
Well, I mean, look, man. I mean, we are where we are, bro. I mean, you already know how I feel about Stefanski. You know how I feel about the quarterback situation. At this point, if they ain't gonna change the other two, I gotta take what I can get. Like, yo, let me see if they do something with these points with Tommy Rees, man.
All right, so my apologies ahead of time, but I don't want Weird Vet 81 to waste his money. He said, "What about going and grabbing JPJ? I don't know what JPJ is the initials for what said player."
JPJ. JPJ.
I know you can't be talking about Jackson Smith and Jigba.
No.
I don't.
JPJ, not JSN.
I was saying Eddie J's. I only on JPJ I know is Jason Perrier-Paul, and that's JPP.
JPP.
And then there's OPP.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, see, there's whole bars. You know what I'm saying?
Our Mac Dog says, you can't say the Browns don't have a good quarterback when they haven't yet played Sanders. A strong tie lifts all boats, so let's see what Sanders can do, and they should
I'm
definitely
all for
get
it.
some more playmakers.
Play him. Play him. I'm play him. Play the kid.
Hey, I don't listen. You gotta tell me.
Prime Time 00012 says, "Why is everyone thinking that the Browns have to pick in the top 5 to get a quarterback? Nixon May weren't the first quarterbacks taken. The draft class looks deep."
Is he talking about Joey Porter Jr.? I'm still on the JPG.
So you still on JPG?
I can't.
OG Powers 88 says Popeye's mac and cheese is superior. Actually, Chick-fil-A got the best mac and cheese. That's just my 2 cents.
It's okay. It's not the best. It's good. It's good. I do think Panera.
Popeyes.
Panera slaps.
Have y'all ever tried the Cajun turkey from Popeyes?
Yes, it's good.
It go.
I have not.
Hey, there's a place in Columbus called Bar Louie. They used to have some.
Oh yeah, they shut down though.
Yeah, they had some crazy,
I used to
man.
go to the one in Legacy Village.
Is he talking about Jackson?
Yeah.
Jackson Powers Johnson, a guard from the
guard from the Raiders?
Yeah, is that who he talking about?
It could be.
The mystery JPP.
Heidelberg Dog 6934 says it doesn't matter what quarterback the team faces. Sanders goes against the defense. Play him against the Ravens, as that might be the best defense left.
Hey, listen. Whenever they put it, here's what I will say. Whenever they put him in, everybody gonna be watching. We gonna
Shador?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
PZ78. If Shador wins the last 5-6 games, that in itself is a fireable offense. How would Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry look? Definitely wouldn't trust them then.
Hey, but here's the thing, Earl, about that. That's not. I can sit here and say that, but that's not realistic. If they run off the last 5 and in them 5 read the Bills, Steelers, Cincinnati, they're not firing him. That's not happening.
Deli Gray says, doesn't matter who we draft if we don't have the coaches and player management to develop and motivate them. Then we will be wasting those draft picks.
Yeah, you gotta hope that guys can develop. You gotta hope. And here's the thing: I don't know what Tommy Rees looks like. If they bring him back and he's looked good this year and they develop next year, hopefully he's running his system and what he wants to run, and maybe you might see a little bit better development.
Right.
Ohio 216 says, "Yo, G. Bush, they keep giving our team Charlie Brown's costumes, and then wonder why all we get is rocks."
Hey, listen. By the way, I need a new set of jerseys. If you guys had an alternate color, what would it be for the Browns jerseys?
An alternate color?
Yeah, alternate.
I mean, I'd probably just go with like a charcoal gray, like Tennessee does.
I love that.
Charcoal. I think that's the best answer.
Yeah, charcoal. I like that.
Random question, Dustin.
Yes.
When you were with the Bills, how good was Lee Evans?
Beast.
Always felt like he was underrated.
Beast. I mean,
go Bearcats.
He was awesome. Dude, when I was with Buffalo, we had, like, the first year I got there in 2007, we low-key had some ballers at receiver. Like Lee Evans was there.
Go Bearcats.
Our slot receiver was Josh Reed, who won the Blitnikoff.
Oh, Josh Reed was nice.
From LSU.
Yeah, he was nice.
We had... I mean, Peerless Price was there.
Peerless Price.
And he was at the end of his career.
Wasn't he with the Falcons?
Baller.
He was.
Yeah. But
Tennessee.
he had a great career in Buffalo. In Tennessee, we played with Peyton Manning. We're number 37.
Yeah.
And then we had Roscoe Parrish.
Roscoe P. Cold Chain.
I mean, so we had and Stevie Johnson the next year. I mean, we had some dudes, man. Didn't have a quarterback, though.
J Wills 2874 sent another super chat. Says if Shador goes out and plays well, fire Kevin Stefanski. He would have wasted a season forcing his adopted son onto the American public.
It's definitely a fireable offense between that and the Jackson Dart thing.
We got one that says Shador needs to play before any more talk about quarterbacks from the past, present, or future. Baker is not coming back, and Dart has only won 2 of his 5 games he has played.
I think they'll. Here's the reason why they won't trade him: because they're going to evaluate him.
Who?
Shador Sanders.
No, you're not going to trade him because
you want to see if he can play.
That too, but you also
he on a rookie contract.
He brings people to the game.
Yeah,
I told you if this thing, let's say we don't win another game, and we got 3 home games left. and you start Shador, we could be the sorriest team in the NFL. They still gonna come out and you still gonna get coverage because of Shador.
Hey, look, man, this a lottery ticket.
I've been telling y'all this, man. Jimmy got the ace of spade in his hand. No, excuse me, the big joker. He got the big joker in his hand the whole time.
Final super chat, and we actually have 2 minutes for some final thoughts. Appreciate you doing chats throughout the show. Ensures the viewers' voices is heard, adds to the conversation, better for the fans. Think it's better way to handle the super chats moving forward. Thank you. Love the show. Y'all welcome. Anytime I'm in this seat, I try to put my own spin on it.
I did enjoy that because it gives me, sometimes it gives you another
it gives you context instead of us sitting there like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, like 2 hours later, he'd be like, what was that? Oh, I was talking about that in the meantime. So I like that, man. I like that.
Again, no overtime today. I'm going to throw it to y'all in the final minute for some closing comments.
Closing comment. I've been waiting to get my Browns check since October 17th. It came in the mail yesterday. I hate this government shutdown because now y'all delaying me getting checks. So, yeah, but I just want to say shout out to the Browns for giving me my check.
Dusty, you say, yo, the check game.
Why you been so negative lately?
Yeah.
You just upset.
I just want my money. I worked hard. You know what I'm saying?
I got nothing to bitch about. I'll say that to all who celebrate, happy Maction Day.
Yes, listen, it's holiday for me. And to all that's out there, don't come to the Thanksgiving with just sides, bro. Y'all got to step on your main. You got to at least have turkey or a ham,
get the Cajun turkey
or prime rib. I'm a
big prime rib guy.
Prime rib guy.
I've never tried this prime rib on Thanksgiving.
Bull changed to prime rib.
Yeah, I like that.
He's rich.
Hey, my final thought, man. Everybody need friends like I got out here on the panel, man. Shout out to my guy Tyvis. I was going through it this morning thinking about my mama, and he allowed me to vent. So much love to you, bro. Remember, iron sharpens iron.
Peace.
To the rest of the people that's listening and watching it, be great, spread love. Remember, being great come with a price, and spread love is priceless. Peace. We'll see you all tomorrow.